What's up, YouTube? For today's video, we're the full Pseudo Legendary Pokemon team. Now, 5 years ago, I did this team, and I thought, you know what? It's time for a revamp because we got some more Pokemon to use here. Now, if you want to come and watch my live streams, this is where I take all my battles, shiny hunts, Pokemon sweeps, theme teams. Make sure you check out links in the description of the video, and let's get into today's battles. Now, I've got 3 battles today, and these are some really, really interesting matches. Now, the first battle, I'm not sure what my opponent's name is, but I'm sure some wonderful person in the comment section can go ahead and translate for me. I'm so lucky to have you people translate. So we got a Dragonfish lady here, never seen that one before, and I've got a Garchoma, which is a special set. Now, at this stage, I was a little bit scared that Draco, well, what Draco meant, it was going to go Draco Miss, right? So I swapped into Salamence here to hope for, a fishiest rep. So here comes the Outrage here, and it's going to take my Salamence out in one shot. But don't worry, Salamence will be featured in some of the other battles. Now, you're probably wondering how am I going to get all the Pseudo Legendaries into one team. What I'm going to be doing, right, is I'm going to be doing a battle or two with one team, and then I'm going to be swapping a few Pokemon out. So that way, all the Pokemon get a chance. So we're going to go into Metagross now. Metagross is one of the few Pokemon that's a Pseudo Legendary that isn't actually a Dragon type, like we're trying to run into two. So here comes the second Outrage. Doesn't do a lot to Metagross, of course. Metagross has got some nice defenses, and it's going to, of course, resist that. So I've got this Zen Headbutt flinching set here. We've got Agility, Zen Headbutt, Rock Slide there. Rock Slide is very, very good there for those fire types. And we also got Iron Head too for some nice stab and a good chance of flinching. So the Dragonfish is going to be swapped out here, and we got the Ferrothorn coming in. So that's really, really unfortunate, right? Because I cannot do an absolute thing to Ferrothorn. Now, I was thinking, right, what can I do to Ferrothorn? Like, looking at my sets, they were pretty, some of them were pretty bad sets, let's be real. I mean, a lot of the time now, let's be real about that too. So I'm going to go into Garchoma. This is a Choice Specs Garchoma. I've got Fire Mist on this set, however, it's going to knock off my Choice Specs. I was like, you know what? Even without a Choice Specs, I'm pretty confident that I can take Ferrothorn out, and I don't think they're probably going to be expecting a Fire Blast. Now, two things could happen here. I could miss, or I could swap. Or they could have a Focus Sash, which would be impossible, right? Because we've already seen the item. So we're going to go over the Fire Blast here, and they do stay in, and Fire Blast does connect, and Ferrothorn is going to be going down in one shot. Man, that felt so good taking Ferrothorn out with a special Garchomp. A beautiful start to the battle there. I mean, I did lose my Salamence, but, Dragonfish is a pretty rough Pokemon, right? So in slides the Gastry, I was like, man, what can I do to this thing? I smelled a rat as soon as this thing come in, right? I was like, they know I've got Fire Blast. Why did they swap this in for? I was thinking they may Dynamax and Weakness Policy, but they didn't. I was like, okay, so there comes the Fire Blast, does about half health or around half health, and there's the Weakness Policy. I knew that it would have one, and it's going to have a lot of attack now, man. So we got this Ice Crash here coming, and Garchomp is not going to be delivering that one. No way. So Garchomp is going to be going down. I mean, it did a really good job there taking Ferrothorn out, so I was pretty happy about that. Now, I've lost 2 Pokemon, so it's probably not the greatest start you could possibly hope for, but, Dragonfish was a very, very scary Pokemon. Out of all the Pokemon, right, only 2 of them weren't dragons, so that was a very worrying Pokemon, to come across. So we're going to go into Metagross now. I'm like, okay, I got max speed and max attack on Agility Gross. We're going to go for Iron Head, get that flinch, and get that dub, right? So go for the Iron Head, Glacier lives. I'm like, no, and it doesn't get a flinch, and it gets a high horsepower out, and Metagross is going to go down. It's an absolute disaster. Goodbye, Metagross. I've lost half my team here. Things are not looking too good at all. Like, this thing's got +2 in attack. It doesn't really matter, though, because it's quite a slow Pokemon, but it did manage to take 2 of my good Pokemon out. Metagross is probably one of the better Pokemon. So we're going to go to Tyranitar. This is the special set. We got Snarl, Fire Blast, Ancient Power, and Blizzard. We got Max Health and Max Special Attack, Modest Nature, and the item is Throat Spray, right? So I'm going to go for that Snarl there. I outspeed, which is nice, and that's going to give me a +1 in Special Attack, which is good. And obviously, I didn't take any damage there either. So Tyranitar is all set up to, fire some pretty powerful attacks off, right? Its Special Attack actually isn't all that bad. Now, fun little fact too, right? Metagross is the only Pseudo Legendary to not have a Dragon type move, which is kind of cool when you take away Hidden Power Dragon, of course. So we got the Dragonfish coming back in here. What can I do to this? I've got Snarl. Should I Dynamax? I was really caught in a rock and a hard place here. So here comes the fishiest Ren. I could have swapped, but it would have been so easy for them to go for Outrage too, like looking at the rest of my team. So I just had to, let Tyranitar go down. So at the moment, I am getting absolutely annihilated. So we're going to go to Hydreigon now. It's like, is this Choice Scarf? Is it Choice Band? And is it Choice? What item is it going to be? So I didn't really want to find out. I thought, you know what? I'm going to go into Hydreigon, and we're going to go for a Dynamax Dual Wing Beat here. This was a physical set. Now, the item on this one was Weakness Posse, so if it did have a Dragon-type move, I believe I could live it, not very well, but I could get the Weakness Posse, and I might be able to clutch back into this game, right? And Shiny Hydreigon looks really, really nice. The green really suits it. So we got max speed on this one with Jolly Nature and max attack, of course. So go for that max stretch. I was a little bit worried that it wouldn't actually take it out, and it does so little damage to Dragonvish. Dragonvish is kind of bulky when you think about it too. So getting that +1 in speed there, and here comes the Scummy, it's red, and it does nothing. So they were choiced, obviously. So they would have gone for Outrage otherwise. So I'm happy about that. At least I got to take this out. That's something, like, that's better than nothing. But so my other moves I got in this one were Dragon Dance, Iron Tail, and Crunch Ray. Iron Tail was simply there for fairies, right? So go for another max airstream here. Unfortunately, I didn't get any attack raises, so like I didn't get a Dragon Dance up, so I wasn't going to be hitting like super duper hard, but it was better than nothing, right? At least I had one more turn of Dynamax. So now I've taken out the Dracovish, which is probably the biggest counter on their team. So in comes the Illego, so I'm like, okay, I've got Iron Tail or Max Steel Spike. This should do some good damage. Like, what are they going to do to take me out in one shot? Like, they might, but maybe they're going to try and boost this special attack with a poison-type move and then take me out afterwards. I wasn't really sure. Anyway, we got a Dynamax Nihilego here. One big, what would you call it? Is it a squid? I'm not sure. I'm not sure what you call it. Anyway, a jellyfish. It's a jellyfish, not a squid. What am I talking about? I'm getting those tentacles mixed up. Anyway, so we got one big Nihilego here. I actually done a Nihilego sweep on my channel if you do like this this Pokemon. So we're going to go for Max Steel Spike here. I'm going to get a +1 in effect. So not that it's really going to matter because this is a special attacking Pokemon. That does very, very impressive damage now. I'm very impressed by that. Obviously, its defense isn't the most amazing in the world. So here comes the Max Rockfall here. That is going to put the hurt on my Hydreigon, and of course, going to put the sand on the field too. Now, there's one real big problem here. That was my third turn of Dynamax, right? So now I'm going to be out of Dynamax, and Crunch will probably not take it out. I mean, like, this is a really, really dodgy situation here. I've got to go for Iron Tail. That's my only hope here. Crunch, I believe it'll actually live. So go for Iron Tail, crossing my little fingers, and Nihilego is going to go down. Man, I was so happy that went down. That would have probably been GG there if that one missed. So down goes Nihilego. We are still in this game, which is absolutely awesome. So the next Pokemon, before that comes out, I'm going to get a little bit of Sandstorm damage. The next Pokemon here is the Alola Dugtrio. So I was like, okay, right, what am I going to do here? I've got Iron Tail, Drill Wing Beat. Crunch is my best move, and I feel like Crunch will still do a lot of damage to this thing too. So I was like, you know what? That's an easy 2-hit KO. Let's go for Crunch, right? That'll do nicely. So I definitely know that I'll outspeed it too, right? So go for Crunch on the Dugtrio. Does a lot of damage, almost take it out. They're going to have Tangling Hair as the ability, dropping my speed. And then they went for Earthquake. Maybe that was a misclick, or maybe they just forgot what my ability was, but I'm going to take no damage from that, which is really, really good. Then they're going to swap the Dugtrio outright, and now they're going to go into Tapu Fini. So it's like, I'm not sure what they're planning right now. So I'm thinking, okay, well, this thing's just going to have a Fairy-type move and Moonblast me, out of this battle, right? So we've got some Misty Terrain in the field. Go for Dual Wing Beat. It was really my only hope here, and it really does very underwhelming damage, considering I'm running like a physical set, right? So getting some damage from the Sandstorm, and also the Tapu Fini's going to take some damage too, which is, I guess that's good, right? The more damage, the better at this stage, right? So go for another Dual Wing Beater. We got it down to half health now, and here comes a Iron Defense. I was like, what? Okay, Iron Defense, right? So this is not good. My attacks are not going to do much damage. Should I try and match them with Dragon Dance, or should I just keep going for damage right on my Dual Wing Beat? I'm not sure if they've got any form of recovery either. So go for the Dual Wing Beat here, and I'm getting them close to like a quarter damage here, or a quarter health. And here comes a Hydro Pump. It's like, Hydro Pump, that's not going to take me out. Why didn't they use a Fairy-type move? So clearly they don't have a Fairy-type move on this set. So it's got Iron Defense and Hydro Pump. Not really sure what the other moves are. I mean, I've got sort of ideas what it would be, but, clearly it doesn't have a Fairy-type move. So I got a nice little crit there on the Dual Wing Beat. Unfortunately for me, the opponent is going to have a Berry there, which is going to be the Agway Berry, healing it up really nicely. So it's back to half health again. Dang it. So here comes a Hydro Pump again, the second one, and Hydreigon is going to go down. However, I've got one more Pokemon. And the thing about this last Pokemon, it is actually going to get countered by this, right? And that is Dragonite. I use a shiny Dragonite. You guys can roast me in the comment section. And this is a Toxic Wrap set. So at this point in time, right, I can't do anything. All I can do is Roost and Wrap, right? So go for the Wrap here. I'm going to avoid that Hydro Pump. It has nothing to hit me. Clearly, they do not have a single thing to hit me with outside of Hydro Pump, right? So I gotta get I got a crit. I actually got a crit on Wrap then. So going for a Wrap, man, that purple looks so good around Tapu Fini. It's like, it matches its color. So getting that Wrap up, and now guess what? The mist is gone, right? So, and they can't swap out because they're actually trapped in. So now that's going to allow me to go for a Toxic and Wrap. And I can tell you what here, this is a bulky Dragon. There's no way Tapu Fini is ever going to be able to get around this, right? So my EVs on this Dragonite set, right? They are as follows. So we got a max health Dragonite with multi-scale, leftovers as the item, and I like to go between max special defense and I like to go between max defense too. This one is actually a max special defense set. But you can run it as max defense too, works rather nicely. It's a trapping toxic set. It's got Bruce as well, and it's very bulky, right? So they're going to go for another Hydro Pump here. Here comes another Wrap. There's not much I can do. I'm just basically waiting for the Wrap to take out the Tapu Fini, which is going to be very soon, right? So another round of Toxic, and Tapu Fini is going to go down. There is only one more Pokemon left, and you know what it is. It's that Dugtrio from earlier on. So I'm sitting here thinking, well, it's got to have Stone Edge, right? It has to have Stone Edge. Should I just take it out a Wrap, or should I be a troll and go for a Attract? I'm sorry, people. I just couldn't help myself. I was like, you know what? I got to go for a Attract. Let's do this. So it's going to go for Stone Edge. I'm like, uh-oh. Here comes the Stone Edge. It does around close to half health there, and that was a crit. I'm like, oh, man, that's bad. So here comes the Attract on the Dugtrio. I should have gone for Wrap. I should have gone for it. Anyway, so Dugtrio's got a 50% chance to actually attack here. It falls in love with me. I'm going to get a round of left recovery. I was fairly confident I could live a Stone Edge here. And guess what happens, people? What I did right is I went for the Wrap to finish them off there. I gave them a little bit of attracting salt there. And they cancelled the battle on the last turn. They could have gone for a Stone Edge and Axe. They could have won that if they got a crit. I think they were a little bit salty after that Attract. But I hope you enjoyed the first battle. I had to do it, people. I just had to do it. It was beautiful. I mean, it wasn't a DC, but it was kind of close to a cancel rage quit. So we got another battle. I'm not sure who this trainer's name is either. Like, I think I actually battled against all Japanese players today. So we got a Naganadel lead. I've got my Tyrant here, right? That's a weird name, right? It's a very, very strange name. I'm not sure what they call it. Anyway, so I got Snarl. I was like, let's get them my throat spray Snarl. They went for a sub. I'm like, wait. If they go for a sub here, right, I can break their sub or go through their sub, not break it, get some damage on there, plus boost my special attack. So I almost took it out there, and I dropped their special attack at the same time, got through their sub, and gave myself a +1 in special attack. That was absolute fire, like, straight off the turn of the first turn of the battle. So I was like, okay, what can they do? Just attack me, go for a Dragon Pulse. That's about all they could do, or a Draco Meteor. So here comes the Dragon Pulse here on my Tyranitar. Tyranitar is, quite a bulky Pokemon, max health. Plus, I've dropped their special attack by 1 stage already. So that did absolute monkey. So Tyranitar beats the Naganadel absolutely easy. Well, it's a weird fighting animation. Did you see that? It was just like, I don't know what it's Stinger thing? I'm not really sure. It's just like, that was such a weird fighting animation. Like, did you see that? Anyway, so in comes the Intellion. This is actually quite a good Pokemon against my team when you think about it. It could have Snipe Shot and Ice Beam. I didn't really want to swap out here in case they predicted me to swap into one of my dragons, and it would have been destroyed by Ice Beam. So I once again had to let Tyranitar go there, but sometimes you just got to let it go. But anyway, that went down, and the Naganadel went down. So I'm pretty happy about that. So going into my Dragapult here, this is probably the most standard set on my team. This is a Rocket Pack, a Rocket Pack Dragapult. And it's got Draco Meteor and Thunder and Fire Blast and Shadow Ball. My Thunder misses, and then they pop a mix set with the Icicle Sphere. Look at this. Only on Pimp Shadow Pimp. So here comes the third Icicle Sphere on my Dragapult. Man, if this hits me 5 times, I am going down. Hits me for the 4th one, and it hits me only 4 times. I'm so lucky about, if I got hit 5 times, I was done. So I thought about this for a bit. I was like, you know what? I've got to go for Thunder. Let's do it. And finally, the Thunder connects on the Intellion. So I was very happy about that one there. And then they lived on 1 health. You wouldn't read about it. And they're going to take me out of Icicle Sphere. Man, I can't believe that one happened. But then I was like, wait a second. This is my chance to use the Salamence, because I didn't show what this Salamence set was. It is hot, smoking trash. So we're going to go to Menti. This is a Moxie set. Fury Cutter, Home Claws, Focus Energy, and Substitute. This was my chance, people. So I've got the Fury Cutter sliding in real quick there and taking out the Inteleon in a one shot, which is beautiful. So that's going to give me a Moxie straight away. So now what I can do, right, is I can keep spamming Fury Cutter. I mean, this set is absolutely wild. So the next Pokemon is Solgaleo. I was like, you know what? Solgaleo will get hit pretty hard by that. Whether I'm going to live his attack is going to be another thing, right? I've got max attack and max speed on this set. I'm running Jolly Nature. So here comes the Fury Cutter. It actually does pretty good damage. And now we got a Scum Steel Strike here. I was like, that sounds better than Sun Steel Strike. And here we go. I thought I'd probably just live this one kind of badly, and I lived it pretty well. I was like, okay, that's nice. I can go for another Fury Cutter, and this will do a lot of damage. It may even take it out, and it does take Solgaleo out. This could be a Moxie Salamence Fury Cutter sweep. So it's taken 2 Pokemon out now. I've got +2 to attack. Like, everything is happening right now, people. Like, Salamence is absolutely clutching. So the next Pokemon is Cinderace. I'm like, oh, this is probably where this could be the end of the road for the sweep here. So go for Fury Cutter anyway. It was my only attacking move, and boy, did it drop hard. It almost took it out there. I was very, very close. Here comes the Pyro Bomb. I'm like, wait, Pyro Ball? I don't know if this is going to take it out. And guess what? I lived on 1 health. You wouldn't believe the merch available, people. Below the video, make sure you cop some of that merch. So this was prime time, people. I went for Fury Cutter out of this. I could have got another Moxie, and it took me out of the Blast Burn. I can't, like, this is the... You only see this on PIMPNITE Shadow Move. This is where you say the content. So Salamence is going to go down to a Blast Burn on 1 health. Oh, okay, let's go into Como here. So I didn't include this in my first team here. And I was like, okay, you want to use Blast Burn against me? Let's set up a Substitute. So we got that little Substitute up there. And what I can do, right, is I can go for a Belly Drum. This is one of the better sets on my team too. So we've got Belly Drum as a Substitute. This Pokemon's got a fair bit of bulk to it, fair bit of attack. It's a really good Pokemon all around, right? Just think of that sort of horrible typing. Now I've got Soundproof as the ability too. So say if the opponent goes for a sound move, it's not going to work. So here comes the Pyro Ball on my Como here. Obviously, I'm going to Substitute's going to take the damage for that one, but it does fade the sub. So what I can do here is I can go for a Dual Chop, and I've got Drain Punch as my move. So goodbye, Cinderace. You've wrecked my sweep. We were so close there, people, to a mini Salamence Moxie Fury Cutter sweep. So the next Pokemon is Lunala. And I was like, okay, Lunala, let's go for a Dual Chop. So the first hit does pretty good damage. The second one absolutely dumpsters it. So down. So one more Pokemon left here. And they haven't Dynamax. I was like, are we going to get a Baby Bottle? Are we going to get a DC? Or are they going to play the Battle Lab? So in comes the Crossover. So I thought the Panic Dynamax button has to come soon. And without a doubt, it came all right. Just like a good Panic Dynamax button does. So here we go, big old Necrozma. So like, should I go for Dual Chop and take this thing out? Or like, should I Dynamax myself? I decided to just stay in and go for Dual Chop and see how much it would actually do to Necrozma, right? Now, Necrozma is a very, very bulky Pokemon, especially in Dynamax. Look at Necrozma's legs. I'm pretty sure it skipped leg day. Anyway, so go for the Dual Chop there. The first one actually does a little bit more than the second one, but even with +6 in attack, it wasn't enough to take it out. And it's going to go for, I think, just any Psychic type move, probably Confusion. And that's going to take out my Como. And now they're going to put the max... not the max, they're going to put the max, went for the max Mindstorm, and then they put the Psychic Terrain on the field. So I've got 2 more Pokemon here remaining, and what I'm going to do, right, is I'm going to swap into Goodra. Now, Goodra wasn't used either in the last battle, but Goodra gets a lot of action in the next battle too. So what I'm going to do, right, is this is a Infestation Toxic set, right? I'm going to go for Toxic first up, just straight up, in case it's me like a lot of damage. I want to get it up like soon, right? So here comes the Max Steel Spike. That doesn't do a lot to Goodra at all. Now, Goodra is running max health as well, so it's very, very bulky, and it's got it's like a hydration set, but more on that, into the second battle. So I thought, you know what? I want to see if I can finish this off with a Dynamax Goodra with Infestation on max Flutterby. Like, I had no special attack EVs invested in this all when I was very curious whether it would actually take it out. So here we go. This is one big Goodra. Also, I always found it funny how, out of all the dragon type Pokemon, do you really think Goodra looks like a dragon? Be honest with you in the comment section. Like, do you really think it looks like a dragon? I don't really think it does. Anyway, so here comes a Max Flutterby here. I'm gonna get that dub, and it lived. It did so little damage, and Necrozma is actually gonna go down to a Toxic, right? Because the Max Flutterby did so little damage. So So here comes the Max Mindstorm there. That does no damage. I dropped their special attack, plus I'm very, very bulky myself. And that concludes the second battle. Necrozma is going to go down to that toxic damage. I hope you people enjoyed this second battle. We have one more battle left in this video. Hope you've been enjoying them so far. Feels really good to get back into the theme team still. I've had like almost, I'm just looking at my channel right now. I don't think I've uploaded one in a week. We've been sort of busy, and I've done like some Pokemon sweeps that have taken a long time. So let's get into the third and final battle. I think this... Is that Korean? I'm not sure. There's going to be that one person in the comment section that translates all of them like an absolute boss. So here we go, another Dugtrio Lola. This time it's just a hack piece of... It's just a hack little mole, all right? So we're going to go into Tyranitar as our lead once again. Now I was thinking, you know what? I can go for a Fire Blast here, and that'll drop Dugtrio. Its defense is a special defense, are absolute trash, right? So let's go for Fire Blast. Let's see what it does. So here comes the Earthquake here from the totally legit Dugtrio. Does 3/4 to me. They're probably expecting to take me out, but they didn't. Here comes the Fire Blast, and it lands, and it takes them out in one shot. So man, that feels good taking those naughty little hack Pokemon out. So that's one for Tyranitar. Tyranitar gets a lot of surprise KOs with special set. So now we got another Naganadel, and this time it's another hack one as well. Man, what is this team? So I'm going to swap out here. I'm thinking, well, they're probably going to try and get a beast boost up. I don't really want that, right? So going to Metagross, and they were running a physical set. I'm like, interesting, physical set. I actually did a physical sweep with that, with this set too. I believe I did a Fell Stinger one as well. Like a long time ago. I think it might have been 2 or 3 years ago. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to go for a Agility, and they popped out a Fire Blast. I'm like, oh, it's a mix set bugger. And Metagross is going to go down. Nothing I could have done there. This is really, really bad, right? So now they're going to get a special attack rise. I have to take this Pokemon out. So into Dragonbot, I know that I can outspeed it here. I've got my Draco Meteor all ready to go. Nothing else will, definitely take it out. I went for that, and it connects. I was like, please don't have something like Focus Sash, something weird like that, and hopefully I can take it out. And Naganadel is going to go down, and that's another naughty Pokemon one-shotted, which is awesome. I had to take that one out. Now, since I've got Rocket Pack, Eject Pack, you know what? I'm calling it Rocket Pack. Since I've got Rocket Pack as the item, I'm going to eject out of the battle. If you don't know what eject pack is, when you have a stat drop, right, it'll actually eject you out of the battle, one-time use. So pretty interesting item, right? So now we're going to go back into Tyranitar. They've already seen this set, and Regirock is going to come in, and it's another hack Pokemon. This is the third one in a row. So I've got my options here. I was like, Snarl, I'm going to probably go down to an Earthquake or a Fighting type move, right? So I was like, you know what? Let's go for Blizzard. I might be able to get a free sack. So go for Blizzard. It connects. I'm like, nice. It does some pretty okay damage to a Regirock considering. And we got, instead of an Earthquake, we got a Drain Punch. So they're going to Drain Punch me out of this battle. Nothing I really could have done there. So I was like, is this going to be like a weakness policy set? Like, what's it going to be? And Tyranitar's going to go down. Now, my question was immediately answered after I seen the leftovers. Like, okay, leftovers. It's going to be a bulky set, right? I thought Blizzard might have done a little bit more damage than that. So they definitely got some good old bulk infested. So now we're going to go into Goodria. This is my Toxic Infestation Rain Dance Hydration set, which worked very, very nicely. I actually ran this set, or very, very similar set to this, when X and Y first came out. Man, that seems such a long time ago now. And, I did it with Sliggoo as well. And I think I even tried it with Goomy. So we did a double Toxic on each other. The thing about me, though, is I have a way of actually healing it off. Now, I'm not sure if Regirock has rest or anything like that. I don't really know. I'm hoping it doesn't. Because that'd be really bad too. So I've got Hydration on this set, right? So what I'm going to do, firstly, before I set up the Rain, I'm going to go for Infestation to trap in the Regirock. Now, the item I've got on my Goodra is a Damp Rock. I want to extend Rain out for 8 turns, as much as possible. And with that, right, so I can go to sleep, Hydration will kick in and wake me up. So I can heal off that, that Toxic right away and any damage for that state, which is really, really nice. Obviously, this is the Rain Dance Hydration combo is probably better outclassed than something like, I don't know, Vaporeon probably does a little bit better job on it. But it still works very, very nicely, right? So now we're both poisoned. They have no idea that I've got, well, they might have an idea that I've got Hydration, but I don't know. I feel like they definitely knew that I have that once I use Rain Dance, right? Now, you're probably wondering what the EVs are on this Pokemon. So, Goodra, as you know, or if you didn't know, has a very nice special defense, right? So I thought, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it max health, obviously, and I'm going to give it max defense. So that way it can tank physical hits a little bit better. It can already tank special hits pretty good, so I thought you know what? I just need to be able to live maybe 1 or 2 hits and then rest off under the rain, right? I don't need to be super bulky on one side. I want to be bulky, like, all round. So we got some more toxic damage and infestation damage here on the Regirock. I got to admit, Regirock shiny looks like really, really nice. Like, super, super nice. I know, it just looks a lot better. So now it's a prime opportunity here to go for the rest. And what that's going to do, it's going to heal me all the way up. And it's going to cure my sleep as well, which is good. Now, this could easily be countered very, like, easily by, say, they Dynamax, right? And they're able to change the weather to, like, sun or sand, you know? Obviously, I'd think about that before I swapped it in and did the matchup. So, Hydration is going to kick in there, and Regirock is pretty much on borrowed time there. There's not much it can really do. I actually took out my Dragonite and replaced with a Goodra. So, I needed one Pokemon on my team with a little bit of bulk and a little bit of store, right? You usually need probably one on your team. So, Regirock is definitely going to go down the next turn. I was like, you know what? Let's swap out the Goodra and let's go to Salamence, right? I think they're going to go for a Drain Punch. Well, hopefully they do, right? So, here comes the Drain Punch, and I thought I might be able to actually get a Fury Cutter KO on this Regirock. I mean, it's going to have to be on a very, very low amount of health, right, for me to actually get this to work again. So, we've got leftovers on the Regirock, and I've got no infestation damage this time, because obviously I swapped them my Goodra, so I'm not going to get that rat. Now, that actually cost me the KO, but it has put it in. There's a chance. There's a chance here. So, like, you know, Fury Cutter could actually take this out. There's a very good chance it could, but it may actually live as well. I thought about it for a while. I was like, you know what, let's do that. And they swapped it out. I was so worried about a Moxie. And now they're going to swap in another hack Pokemon, which is Arcanine. So this is 4 in a row, like 40 naughty Pokemon in a row. They're going to drop my attack, which is sort of like, yeah, that doesn't really matter too much. I mean, Fury Cutter's going to do nothing to an Arcanine, so I'm going to need, like, a lot of Fury Cutters up. So I thought, you know what, let's go for a Focus Energy here, and we're going to bypass the crit. So the item on this Salamence is Scope Lens, so I can get 100% crit right. Unfortunately for me, Arcanine is going to have Outrage. I'm like, oh, no, this is really bad, because, you know, it's quite a bulky Pokemon, and, it's going to hit me pretty hard. So I live on 7 health, and the only thing I can do is go for Fury Cutter. Now, I guess the only saving grace here would be if it actually gets confused and then hits itself in confusion, or it has to swap. That's going to be kind of handy. So here comes the second Outrage, and Salamence is going to go down. I'm sorry, people, I couldn't get the Fury Cutter set to shine again. That was so scared of it with a Regirock. So now, this is actually quite a good thing. Arcanine is now confused, so I thought, I might be able to get a sub and a belly drum off. This could be very, very good. I've also got Salic Berry on this set too, so when the Salic Berry pops, I outspeed pretty much everything. And I can heal myself up with Drain Punch. So it's going to be going first here, and it's going to go through the confusion, and it's going to get another Outrage off. This is really bad because it does well over half health. I'm very lucky I went for a sub there instead of a belly drum, because I would have been facing Arcanine on the next turn, without a sub. So eating that Salic Berry there, it's going to enable me to outspeed Arcanine. I'm probably thinking it's got extreme speed. Most of the time, it'll always have extreme speed. So I want to make sure I can do some good damage to it. So I was like, you know what? Let's go for Drain Punch. I might be able to get some health back, and maybe use Substitute again if I do get the Outrage off. So I do some really solid damage here with the Drain Punch, and that is going to heal me up very nicely and enable me to get another Substitute off if they are able to attack me again. And they are. They're going to snap out of confusion and hit me with another Outrage. So I'm like, this sucks. I really would have loved to... You know what I wanted to do? I wanted to keep Drain Punching them, right? Get enough health back and then belly drum. That would have been absolutely wild, but I wasn't able to do that, right? They were getting quite lucky with their confusion. So I was like, you know what? Let's go for another sub again, and let's hope I can get them confused again in 2 turns. So here comes another Outrage from the Arcanine, and that's going to obviously break my sub. Now, looking at the rest of my team, right, Dragonbot and Goodra are both weak to Outrage, and there is another Pokemon on their team too, which is pretty strong as well. It's another Pokemon that I've got. So here comes another confusion here, and they break through and get an extreme speed off, man. The luck wasn't with me in that matchup. They got all the luck they possibly needed to take me out there. So that's how Pokemon is sometimes. So now we're going to go to Dragonbot. At least I can't use extreme speed against me. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to go for a Shadow Ball here and take them out. And, hopefully it's not like a super, super bulky set. So Shadow Ball lands, and it doesn't take it out. And they are still confused. I'm like, oh no, here comes an Outrage. And they hit themselves in confusion. So I guess that was a little bit of karma from the turns before, right? It's good when that happens, when you get like a really bad run of luck and then the opponent gets its thought of evening it out. So as I was talking about, obviously there's another hack Pokemon here. It's a Salamence, so I was really scared of this. If I miss right with Draco Meter, it's game. There's nothing I can do. It'll be a Moxie set and it'll take me out. So what I got to do, right, is I got to go for the Dynamax here, and I've got to take this Salamence out, right? I thought they may go for a Dynamax here themselves, considering Regirock only has, like, a little bit of health left, and I don't, maybe their last Pokemon could too, but I thought their best play would probably go for Dynamax Salamence, right? So we got Dynamax Dragonbot here. I didn't really want to do this too often, but I kind of had to here. So I'm going to outspeed and go for the Max Whirlwind. That is coming off Draco Meteor, and Salamence is going to go down in one shot. So that was a very, very good Pokemon to bury there. Now, this is a very fast Pokemon. However, my opponent has something even faster, which was the Regieleki, and it's another. So that is 6 back-to-back hack Pokemon. If you have any Pokemon with these nicknames and stuff like that, if you got them off Surprise Trade, just, you know what, just grab the item off and dump the trash, right? Just don't use them. They are obviously hacked. So we're going to swap here, which was coming off the Volt Switch, and Regirock is going to come back in. So they're trying to stall out my Dynamax, you know, which is a good play there. I would be doing the same. So here comes the Max Whirlwind, and Regirock is going to be going down. So I've got one more turn left on my Dragonbot here, right? And, you know, then its Dynamax is done. And I've still got a Goodra in the back too, which is going to be heady. So here comes the Regieleki. So this is going to be their Dynamax Pokemon. And I'm like, are they going to Dynamax this turn, or are they going to wait till my, you know, for my Goodra? I was wondering what they were going to do. I knew that Max Whirlwind would do a lot of damage here. I thought it may even take it out. Like a very good chance of actually taking it out. I'm not sure if they got a Sash or something like that, or, you know, access to the light screen. I wasn't really sure. So here comes a Thunder Cage. Like, doesn't really do too much damage to me, and it's going to be not very effective. I don't think they've got actually much to hit me with here. And here comes a Max Whirlwind, and Regieleki gets one shot at there. And that, my friends, is the third battle. Unfortunately, Regieleki's Baron move will sort of let it down there. I really hope you enjoyed all 3 of these battles. If you want to watch some other cool videos, I've got an outro here with some other cool bits here. Peace, people.